Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, I am Anna Maria and you are watching Miracle Orchids, the place you can learn everything there is to know about growing orchids. Okay guys, so in today's video I want to show to you the orchids that are in bloom in the month of August, and after that I will put you some links with the care tutorials of each and every single one of them, so you know how I managed to get these blooms. Also I will mention which are reblooms and which are newly purchased orchids, so you don't get confused. And I will start with this gorgeous and huge Katla Orchid. This is a Katla Pantum Green, and this is a newly purchased orchid. I bought this one about 2 weeks ago maximum, but I already have this one which is in sheet for me. This one is potted in a very old medium. It is in perlite, but she's okay. She has two directions of growth. This one didn't bloom, but the bloom is absolutely huge. I have actually measured it, and it has 20 centimeters in diameter. She's super fragrant, and not only during the morning time, but until late afternoon. And I will actually take a sniff of it and describe you the scent. So it is a very floral, sweet and citrusy fragrance. Very nice, very powerful. I can actually feel it for about 2 meters away from it, so she is quite a nice one. Usually this orchid, I know it produces more green flowers than this. This is a pale green color, but that is okay. This is the first bloom or not. I see here another sheet, not sure if this one really bloomed or not, but for the purpose of this video we will consider this the first bloom, which can be of course a lot smaller in size or less fragrant than the maximum potential of the orchid. I'm very happy with this orchid. Look at that lip. It has a frilly texture all around. It has a much more lighter color, almost white, which quite adds to the beauty of it. And down inside the lip it has a more yellow greenish color. Very beautiful. I'm not sure for how long this orchid will be in bloom, but we shall see. Next we have here my Brassavola Yellow Bird. She has lost quite a few of her blooms, unfortunately. I did not have time to catch her in full bloom. She had 2 more spikes, 3 more spikes, this one, and this one here. This orchid is super fragrant. During the night time it fills my entire house. So I'm quite happy with my orchid. She is right now almost a specimen sized. She grows very fast for me, blooms reliably. And she grows in semi-hydro, and she absolutely loves it. This one has cloth softener fragrance to it, very floral sort of, very sweet and powdery. And actually this one has a powdery touch to it as well, but this one is super fragrant during the nighttime only. Here we have my Phalaenopsis Benito Q Eternity. Okay, I forgot to say I have this orchid for about 2 years now. This is a newly purchased one, and it smells like roses. The blooms are about to fade now, but I am okay with that because she needs badly to be repotted. She has this huge new growth, which I'm sure wants to grow some new roots, but it's too up in the air, and that doesn't promote root growth for Phalaenopsis. This one is very pretty. As I said, the blooms are starting to fade, so they don't really show their full potential. Normally this orchid is very fragrant. Right now it has lost a bit of its intensity, and it resembles roses, but you can also feel it for 2-3 meters away. Very nice ones. And Phalaenopsis do great for me. Actually, the orchids that I decide to grow do pretty well in my care. Okay, that was not very nice. Okay, here I have a rebloomed. I have this orchid for about 8 months now. I purchased it from Secret Garden and she had 4 sheets. These ones are from 2 of the canes. Here I have one which I managed to burn because the sheet was touching the glass, which became too hot. And here I have another little new growth with a sheet which I don't really think it will bloom, but we shall see. Now I managed to ID this orchid, but only as a cross. She doesn't seem to be a registered hybrid. Oopsie. So this one is a Elsa Mini Purple crossed with Puppy Love Pink Beauty. This orchid has about 13 centimeters or 15 centimeters in diameter. Has a pale lavender color to it, much more intense on the lip, a bit of white and yellow inside. She's also very fragrant. Floral and sweet, not very powerful, you can only feel it if you stick your nose into it, but she is very vigorous and she is very prone to blooming. These are the only canes she grew in my care, and they are not yet the full size that they can be. They can produce much more bigger leaves. She was quite a small orchid, but she suddenly decided to produce 4 directions of growth, 2 of which already bloomed. I kind of think this orchid can produce up to 6 blooms per spike, but we shall see. For now I am very happy with my display. Looks super nice. Next in here we have my Frogmap Eden Wardiag, which is a cross between Frogmap Eden Persei and Frogmap Eden Wallisii. Now if you didn't see my repotting video, I done and actually a treatment for its serious fungal infection. I done a video about that, so I will put you a link in the description or up above. This one looks super nice. Right now this bloom is starting to fade. I really love the frilly thingies. And she's producing another bud. This one is a sequential bloomer, and right now I think that I need to move the flower clip more upwards. That's how I usually like to keep her. Very pretty one. And quite easy to care so far. It seems that the treatment which I applied did work. Here I have my Katla Frances Fox, and she has there inside the sheet with something growing on, so I'm super excited. And here I have my Katla Pantum Green, which I have for about 2 years now, quite big one with a sheet, and I have decided to sell this one and keep only the other one. So if you are interested in Katla Pantum Green, let me know. You know that I also sell orchids, and you can contact me at via email at miracleorchids.around.yahoo.com. So yeah, here I have another orchid which is amazingly fragrant. I absolutely love this one. Very pretty one. The bloom is not in very good condition. It has about 18 centimeters in diameter, but it's a bit closed right now and damaged. It is starting to fade, but you can see how beautiful she is. This is Cattleya Baltimore on something. I will put you the name up above, but she is super fragrant. It's a very strong lemony fragrance, but it's a very powerful and pleasant one actually. So that is a rare sight on a Cattleya. Very happy, newly purchased, will be very soon reported. Here I have actually one of my African violets, which is growing quite good. I am using this type of indicator for watering because I always forget to water her. She's potted in semi-hydro with small ceramics and leca. She really seems to enjoy that, really like it. Next, here we have an OID Oncidium type orchid. Let me know if you know her ID. It is not fragrant, but I absolutely love the spotting and the color on the lip. She's also very healthy, has a lot of fruits, and I'm looking forward to repot it from this unsuited medium for orchids. and hopefully we are going to find an ID for her as well. She's not fragrant, but she's very beautiful, and I am sure she can produce beautiful displays. This is an Oncidium Tiny Twinkle Cinnamon, which I have recently purchased it, and I have dropped it on the floor, so I have broke a few of the branches, but that is okay, more survived. With that occasion I have decided to put it in semi-hydro. So far looks very nice. This has tiny blooms, but they resemble honey and a bit of cinnamon. Very pretty. And I will just not open the window, but there I have some blooms from my Dendrobium Spring Dream Apollon. They are also super fragrant. In here I have a Miltonia orchid, and I have an idea for her if I manage to find the tag. There it is. So this is a Miltonia Honolulu crossed with Miltonia Sandcut, another unregistered cross, very pretty one. Very curious that here it has bloomed much more light in color, because when the seller sent me the pictures she was much more dark. And yeah, I have many more sheets on the orchids outdoors, but I will just not show them yet to you because I want to do an update on all the orchids. And here we have many more orchids which are in bloom. The Phalaenopsis Las Vegas, looking really nice. She did not drop a single bud. She's a sequential bloomer. She's continuing to push up buds, which is nice. I really love her color. She's not fragrant, unfortunately. This Phalaenopsis Indiana is finishing up her blooming period right now, which is good because she badly needs repotting. The medium is super old. This one has a citrusy fragrance, which you can feel for up to half meter away, which is quite nice for a Phalaenopsis hybrid. This is an OID which I got from my mom. Mom actually gifted to me. Very pretty one. Actually in the saving state right now. There is my Phalaenopsis colibri, or little colibri, looking nice and producing more and more buds. There it is my Phalaenopsis, I think it was Harlequin. Right now she didn't produce many spots, but that is okay. I still love her, and that is a side branch, which as I said, I wasn't expecting very much from it. Okay, so the beautiful Katla Orchid, which I have from Rachel, is in almost full bloom, but I wanted to film it now because these two blooms which opened first are fading. And by the way, this is the Cattleya Willete Wong, the best. It received an AMAOS from the AOS Orchid Society, so that is quite nice. These aren't yet fully opened, just today opened, and here I have 2 more buds, so I will have quite a display. Hopefully I will catch these 6 blooms open to do an ID video. I have received this orchid as an ID from Rachel from Gardening Duenza. In 2016, on 28th March, I have potted it, and she described it to me as a yellow Cattleya with a magenta lip, but she is much more than that. She is an amazing orchid. You should always take away the happy sap from the back of the blooms, because they will eventually make markings, and that would be sad. This orchid is super fragrant, guys. Right now these two have lost their fragrance because they are fading away, but the fragrance was quite powerful, sweet, floral, a bit citrusy, and reminded me a bit of Frisia's. It was a scent which came in many layers, and it actually reminded me of a perfume, but I don't remember right now the name of the perfume, so I will most probably put a pop-up with the perfume. Maybe you want to buy it. I really like that one and actually have it. This orchid is an amazing orchid. It is a specimen sized orchid, as you can see. She is growing about 6 pseudobulbs at a time. She has many directions of growth, and this year is the first time she blooms for me. I'm very happy with my display, and hopefully soon I will come with an ID video where I will talk more about this orchid, because right now I just wanted to show to you the 6 blooms as they are, and hopefully soon enough, in maximum 1 week, these 2 will open, because these have lasted for about 2 weeks, and maximum 2 weeks actually, and these are just newly opened. Here I have a bit of a deformity because this petal was supposed to be behind the lip, so I will see if I can rearrange that, because it looks a bit funky like that. The lip is absolutely amazing, I just love it. And in here I have 2 more orchids which are in bud and or actually in spike. In the right you have my Vanda two-tone lavender, and right there she is producing a huge spike, very fat one. She loves to stay in full sun. She's a bit too light in color, but she's okay. And there is the Vanda, which I forgot her ID, but she also has a spike right there. Hope you can see that. She has dark orange color to it. I will show you a pop-up actually. I don't describe right her blooms. Here I have my Paphiopedilum Blackjack, which has been recently reported to semi-hydro because it was full of snails. A newly purchased orchid, looking very well, and she did not mind at all the repotting. Looks super good. I really love the color. The bloom is not properly arranged, let's say. She would have stayed like this if someone would have trained it correctly with the light, but she loves this environment, has quite a bit of light, and the leaves have this interesting color to them, modeled like very pretty. Little Katla is preparing for little buds, which will smell amazing. I cannot wait to do an ID video for this one. And in here, if I have a tag written, or I don't think I have, but if I remember correctly, this was the Phalaenopsis Cleopatra. She has many more blooms, looking super nice. Very lightly fragrant and quite pretty one. She is right now in watercolor. I have changed it a few days ago. What I can tell you it is that she loves being in watercolor. She made some roots actually quite purple in color there. She's not for a long time. I dropped it on the floor, and then I was only having a bit of medium in the pot, so I said what the heck, just put it in watercolor. So she's producing here right now on your root, on your leaf. There I have some more branches. Hope you can see that. So she seems to love it. She did not mind at all the change of environment, let's say, and right now she is enjoying the extra sun, pushing up more buds, and yeah, she did not faded one single bloom because I have repot her while in bloom. So repotting into water we also have really nice, this guys. Month this gorgeous Dendrobium Emerald. I'm surprised how much he can stay in bloom, and I absolutely love the colors. Look at this color combination. How gorgeous is that? The orchid itself is not very happy in the medium, so I'm really looking forward to see a new growth and some new root tips so I can move it. This one will go into semi-hydro. The rest of my Dendrobium Phalaenopsis orchids went to waterculture because I wanted to test it, and I really like the results so far. We also have this no idea Phalaenopsis. It's still in bloom. It has been so many months, and it still is producing buds. I recently moved it in waterculture because the medium was very decomposed. I even had mushrooms inside, so I will keep an eye on it, and of course I'm sure some of the roots will die. The medium was so decomposed that I'm sure the roots would die in any environment, but I am seeing new roots developing, so this is a good time to repot it, and hopefully soon enough I will see even some root branches. We also have in bloom this month this gorgeous orange Katla. I really love the shades on the petals and sepals. You can see it is not normal and simple orange. It has a very rich tone to it with a lot of red tinges. The lip is absolutely gorgeous. The bloom is a bit deformed, also this one. Next time I'm sure she will bloom better. It is a recent purchase. I got her from Secret Garden, and it smells so nice. It has a flowery scent to it, but my boyfriend says it reminds him a bit of wine, so that is quite interesting, and also very healthy. We also have in bloom this month this gorgeous Cattleya that I got from Rachel. This is the Cattleya Willete Wong, the best, and I am quite surprised how beautiful the blooms are. Now this is not the full potential of the orchid. It had 2 more blooms which now faded, and those ones developed, the buds developed in higher light. Well, after those ones opened and the color was so golden and rich and beautiful, I have moved the orchid into a higher shelf where it had less light, because I was afraid that if I keep the blooms so close to the light, to the glass actually, it will fade too soon, and I hoped to have all 8 blooms opened so I can do an ID video. But what happened, it is that, for example, these 2 and these 2, or I think these 2 opened into or developed into a less received less light, so the color is not as rich and the blooms are not as large. Well, after I have seen that, I have moved it again into a bit of a higher location, and now these 2 are a bit more have a bit more yellow in it. The color is a bit more rich, and they are a bit larger than these other 4, so that is quite interesting to see. I know this orchid loves light. In my location it stays in full sunlight without getting burned, and it didn't even want to bloom in Ireland at Rachel. That country doesn't have enough light for it, so I can safely say this Katla orchid absolutely loves high amounts of light, and the fragrance is gorgeous. It reminds me of freesias, and it is very powerful and nice, and also it has a lily tint to it, so very pretty. We also have in bloom this month my Dendrobium Phalaenopsis Suncoal Blue, and for the first time this orchid is fragrant. This is a new acquisition. I got one more. I now have 2 of them because it is so large, and look at the size of this cane. I don't even think you can appreciate how tall it is, and this one is fragrant, so that is quite nice to see. We also have in bloom this gorgeous Katla Orchid. I don't remember her ID. I need to find the tag. It is a recent acquisition, though I had it in the past, but I found this bigger one, so I wanted to have a much healthier one. This one is super fragrant, and I love how rich the color is, and the blooms are a bit waxy. The lip is absolutely gorgeous, and she has a lot of blooms. Now some are fading, so that is okay. I cannot wait though to repot it in semi-hydro. It has really a lot of roots. very nicely fragrant too. And in here we have my Phalaenopsis Cleopatra, very beautiful one. She didn't even feel when I have repotted her while in bloom, did not lose any bud, and she is right now in semi-hydro. She's quite a drinker. I need to add more water. We can see the water was still here. Well, she has drank it all, and she is producing loads of root tips, so it's looking super nice. So okay guys, this has been pretty much all the orchids that we have in bloom this month. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching, and see you all next time.